Hello guys, I hope you all might be doing very well. So this is today's Vprople question of the day, and the name of today's question is common points of lines. So in this question we have been given three values a, b, k. For each particular line we have been given three values: the starting point of the line, the ending point of the line, that is b, and the common difference between each points, the common distance difference between each points. So using all these three parameters we have to find all the points on that line. And similarly, like this, we will be given 3 to 4 lines whose parameters will be in the form of a, b, k, and then we have to find all the points on each and every line, and then find the common points to all the lines. So let's start writing the code for this question. So first of all, let's input number of lines n equal to integer input. Let's create a nested list inside which we will store all the points for all the lines. So for I in range n, for each and every line input three parameters a, b, k, and now I'm taking these inputs in the form of string, but later I'll convert them in the format of integer and float. Str space comma input dot split. So now let's convert them a comma b comma k. So here, as we can see, a and b are in the format of integer and k is in the format of float. So a, that is integer of a, comma b, that is integer format of b, and k, that is float format of k. So let's first print it out that we have gotten the correct values of a, b, and k or not. Yeah, so 240.6, 240.3. Yeah, so we have gotten the correct values of a, b, and k. So now what we have to do is we have to create a list named as individual, inside which we will store all the points on a particular line, and then store this individual list inside this total list. So we have the plan to create a nested list only. So first of all, the points will be starting from a, that is the lower parameter, and will go until the higher parameter, that is the upper parameter, that is b, is reached. Means first of all we are going to run a while loop until, and we know that these points are in the format of a plus I k, a plus k, a plus 2k. So it will be in the form of a plus I k, I into k, where the value of I will be increasing, and a plus I k, and until this value a plus I k is less than or equal to b, until this value a plus I k is less than equal to b, still then find the parameter, that is point equal to a plus ik for each and every line. Find this value for each and every line, and then append this thing individual dot this thing inside append this point inside this list individual. So what we are going to do is we are going to run a while loop, and this while loop will run until this parameter goes false, until the last point, that is the last point is reached, that is b, until the last value is reached, a plus I into k. A plus I into k will give me all the points present on the line, and I into k will keep on going until its value becomes greater than, until the value crosses the value of b. Okay, and after each and every iteration I'll increase the value of I with 1. Okay, now let's append this thing. Let's append this individual list inside the total list, total dot append individual, and print this list total, total. So while a plus I into k less than equal to b, individual dot append. Okay, so yeah, so we have found individual list that contains the points on each particular line, and we have stored it inside a nested list named as total. So these are the points on each line, starting from 2.0 to 3.8, 2.0 to 3.8, 4.0, and all. Okay, So now we have to find is now after we have got all these values, we have to find the intersection value. That is, here we have been told to print the common to print all the points that are common to all lines in ascending order separated by a space. So that's not a big task. We are going to use a particular syntax function for this task. So so inside this nested list total, find the set. That is, first of all map out all these individual elements. First of all, remove all those repeating elements from this list. Find the set, then map out all the elements individually, and then find set dot intersection. So what this set dot intersection does, it finds all the common elements present inside this mapped out total list. For set dot intersection, find the common elements inside all these individual list items present inside this nested list. And then what we have to do is we have to convert this set into format of a list, and then sort the list in ascending order, as we have been told that we need to print we need to print common points to all lines in ascending order. So we are sorting the list here and then printing all the common points. So as we can see that we passed first public test case, and I guess this is also correct. But what is the problem here? 2.2, 2.6, 2.8, 3.0. Why it is not considering 2.4? Okay. Wait a minute. Let's print out. Wait, let me take the rounding of value. Let me take the round value. Round comma 2. Maybe this might be the problem. So let's round off the value a plus I into k, which we are storing inside this individual list. So yeah, here this was the problem, I guess, because when we multiply a plus I into k, there might be some point where this value might go into 5 or 6 decimal places. So maybe rounding off until 2 decimal places might make us work easier. But still, what's going on here? 2 is getting printed as 2.0 and 3 is getting printed as 3.0. So what we have to do now? Okay. So what we have to do now here? अब तो सही में समझ नहीं आ रहा क्या किया जाए. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's check that if the float values integer value, if this float value is equivalent to its integer part, then store it inside the list as an integer value. For I in range length individual. Okay, wait a minute. For I in range length individual, if individual I is equal to integer value of its individual I. What I'm doing here is I'm checking that if this float value 3.0 is almost equivalent to its integer value, then what we have to do is update the value at the position individual I to its integer part. That is individual I integers part. Convert that float value into integer format and then store it inside this individual list. Update it. Okay, then. Oh, this might pause the second test cases. Oh, that's great. Successfully, we have passed all the public and private test cases. Thank God, because literally at the point when we got the problem, as we wanted 3 as the output and it was printing 3.0. I literally stopped. I got point blank. But anyways, we solved it out. So this was quite a good question, we can say, for today's POD, because not a very good question. It was quite a doable question, but the main catch for the whole problem was in this part, to find the in to print the integer value if when the values were getting printed in the format of float, the main catch was to convert them into integer and print those integer values. And on the second catch was here to print all those common elements inside these individual lists present inside the nested list. So I hope if you have liked my way of explanation, please do share it with your friends who are not able to solve today's Vprople question of the day. And this was me, Utkarsh, signing off for the day. Thank you. Have a nice day. Keep learning. Keep coding.